Hello, boys and girls. This is Ken from Panda One Gardens, and just wanted to go over a quick. The biggest thing I just wanted to mention today. I wanted to do a garden walkthrough and show you what the bees are looking like lately and the fun stuff I've been doing with them. Um, this here is typically what you find when you're trying to get a Y adapter, and look at how small the hole is. So I was out there trying to run sprinklers, and they just couldn't get up to pressure. And I'm like, why the heck not? I've got great pressure here at the house. So I was thinking, well, maybe it's this. So this is a great timer, does a great job. But then I went to, around here we got something called Ocean City Job Lot. Look at the size of the holes in these valves, like, especially in comparison to the holes in these guys. Maybe I could have more light, but I think you can generally see there is a huge difference in the restriction between this device and this device. This is like $3 or $5. These brass things are like $15, $20, I think. I don't know. I'm making that up. But anyway, so Ocean City Job Lot, go there and, I mean, look at this thing. This thing can actually go to other devices as well. But let's go outside. I went to the greenhouse. There's a really great nursery near us that's on Jacktown Road, and I think it's called Pine Zone Nursery. And so I picked up a bunch of tomato plants. It's about 5 o'clock. I gotta wait until later in the day, otherwise the bees will get me. In fact, yeah, there's still bees all over this dandelions. You know, I'm my neighbor's worst nightmare. My neighbors are all spraying to get rid of the dandelions, and I'm just happy as can be that now the bees can feed themselves. So I picked up, that's right, I picked up this here blueberry bush. That's what a 3-year-old blueberry bush looks like versus the 1-year ones that are just kind of like a twig sticking up out of the dirt that you get from Sam's Club. And I planted some marigolds, hoping to keep these bunnies at bay. But yeah, this is the sprinkler from Ocean City Job Lot, and this thing is a champ. It throws water in a perfect circle, never stops. I ordered 2 different ones from Amazon, and then another one, and then another one. I returned one of them. None of them seem to do a good job. But this clunky, little Tykes looking water sprinkler. So I bought another one. It's got a filter on the inline, and it just throws water. I'm going to have to run a hose to it on a timer, but then I'm also going to have to run one out there because I think I'm going to start growing some sugar beets. I picked up a giant bag of sugar beet seeds. So, and I don't really know what for sure I'm going to do in all of these beds here, these extension beds, but I've been doing weeding every day, but I typically try to do it more towards the evening because the bees are super duper active. So something that I don't think I captured on my videos previously is, okay, so I split some hives, and I think they split again. So if you see the one towards the middle, the tall one, they survived the winter, and they survived with a lot of honey in their bottom box, but also in the top box. So I put a queen excluder in between there because I wanted her to feel like she was being a little bit constrained. And so she did. She built 2 swarm cells and laid eggs in them. And then I moved that frame with the swarm cells over to the blue box. Now I do see bees going in and out of the blue box, but I think the big hive swarmed again because I'm seeing a lot of activity over there in the yellow box on the far side. The white box that's closest to us, that's 2 brand new hives that I got from a Mennonite shop that was building them. Great work, super sturdy, but there's not a whole lot of drawn comb in there, so that's why I figure they're not going in there. But when I go in, when I look at back yellow box, I was seeing them going in and out of there. Oh, I got to give these ladies some more water. See, that's the great thing about having the timer, where the timer will fill these water dishes up for them every single day. Right now I do it manually. I'm actually crazy for being out here without a hat. I got stung earlier in the week just for doing gardening. Okay. And that's what the asparagus looks like when you let it go too long. So that's why you gotta scoop it up and get it while it's young. I've already harvested here 3 times, so that's awesome. I don't know what I should have done to keep these guys from going so crazy in here. It's weird that this bed went nuts, whereas the next one didn't. So I've been pulling weeds and stuff. I gotta just get over here. But I think I gotta do it after after the ground is wet, because they come out easier. And then I'll throw this straw down. And these are the plants that I got. So I got myself, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 different kinds of seedlings here. Tomatoes, I got Romas, and I got San Maranzanos, and I got a hot wax, Hungarian hot wax pepper. I got some spinach. I'm afraid to leave it out here for fear the bunnies will get to it. They've been eating down a bunch of my stuff. Too bad they don't like the weeds. Got some more marigolds. And let's go take off my patented anti-bunny device. So another project is I got to cut a hole up here because this greenhouse has been getting up to like 140 degrees in the daytime, which is, I'm sure, not good. So I'm going to run that all off the solar. It's not so bad in here right now. So I planted my hot peppers. I think that's cabbage. Inadvertently planted itself over here. Here's a whole ton of cherry tomatoes. Some onions. Got a strawberry plant back there. Some plants I planted from over the winter. So these beets are ready to go. So we're going to try to make some beet chips. The Swiss chard is going crazy. It wants to be put into a stir fry. I got some spinach that I put up here in this raised bed, but it's been nibbled on. And this is what 1-year blueberry plants look like. I think I'm just going to leave them in these things, because otherwise I gotta build a whole fence around my yard here, because otherwise I think the deer are going to chomp it way down. So this is what the greenhouse looks like. I'm going to roll up these sides, but I think before I roll up these sides I got to get prepared to install electric fence along the side here, you know, using these little offset thingies, so that way. But I think I'm going to put the electric fence on the inside, so that way I don't inadvertently run into it when I'm walking by. But the big problem with electric fencing is now you gotta try to navigate through it, you know. So I guess I gotta put a gate on this side, and then a gate over there where I get the honey, because I don't want to bring the wagon through here. So anyway, this is me, May 3rd, check-in. I'm going to get into those hives and see if they made more swarm cells. And if they did, then I will split them up and make more hives out of them. Because that one hive is very strong. They're very angry. You got to go in there with smoke. Because I was smelling bananas the last couple of times I've been in there. But I got a really good new bee suit I think I want to do a review on. And I have not gotten stung with that new bee suit. So anyway, this is Ken from Vanderwan Gardens with the little homestead. Getting bigger and bigger every year. Thanks, like and subscribe.